Well, good win for Man United yesterday night, and we're here to obviously summarize that game up with what we call the player ratings, though ex-United players have gone ahead obviously come out and give their views, and I think I'll come out and address that later after this video. Good afternoon. It is in my country. I don't know what time it is in your country, but I thank God for the gift of life, for everyone who has gone ahead obviously be kept alive, and Allah too for keeping the Muslims alive, and to everyone who believes in the good spirits under the divine supervision of the living true God. May the living true God really reward you accordingly. So let's see close to 300 likes. Smash on this video as we head into these player ratings. And Manchester United had a very good go into that game of football. Continue to subscribe. You know, that is like a song, but we have to continue growing this channel big and better to be that big African Manchester United channel. Now we are having Andre Onana in goal. He put out some fantastic saves, by the way, close to 4 times. He was the man responsible for saving us from conceding goals, and I really liked it in the 1v1s, and his ball distribution was really on point as a goalkeeper. So for Andre Onana, I give him a 7 out of 10 for me. He deserves it, and he deserves to take it home because he did the needful into that beautiful game of football. We go to the right back, Diego Dallo. Obviously, Aaron Wan-Bissaka was the right back, but he really looked rusty. You get? I tell you, he's nowhere near a player of Man United. If you look at how he really gave away a ball close to 2 times, you know, that block that was made by Sofian Amrabat was courtesy of that guy's losing the ball. And then towards the end of the game, there is the way he really loses the ball in the teenage box area, trying to go and skip past players. And I think his mind is no longer at Man United, and he knows to it that he's going to be sold by the club of Man United. Doesn't deserve to be here, and that's what Bissaka really gets you. So we all understand that it's time for him to leave, and he's having 2 games to go. And the biggest undoing is that Luke Shaw is not here. If at all Luke Shaw can make it to the final of the FA Cup, then Bissaka will be on the bench, because we miss out on Dallo a lot when he's being played as a right back. As I told you yesterday, that if you're having Amad Diallo inverting a lot into the inside tunnels, that means he leaves huge spaces onto the byline and to the touchline. You get? So that is it. I'm giving him a 6 out of 10. Bissaka, 6 out of 10. Left back Diego Dallo, he really put in one of these performances defensively, was really solid, and going forward, though he has a problem that every time he obviously has to do something quick, he has to first do the needful and really turn to his right and then find out a cross. But I think he did good. But one of the most exciting things I'm really waiting for next season is how he's going to be inverting to the midfield a lot, with Lisandro Martinez being press resistant and Dallo being press resistant. That makes United a very good team when we are playing off from the back. And I saw him inverting to the midfield on several occasions, and that is really huge about that guy. That is Dallo for you. So I give Dallo a 6.5 out of 10. We go to the central defenders. Casemiro, sweeping that ball off the line and defending very well. Was there anything to blame about Casemiro yesterday? I think no. And he put in a very good performance into that game of football. And for me, Casemiro gets obviously the biggest junk and award in that central defense. I'm giving him a 7.5 out of 10 in that game. He kept us in the game. He tackled where necessary. I have one thing I hate about him. You know, he sells himself a lot to a player in deep areas of the midfield and leaves the central defense blank. I don't blame him a lot because he's a central defender, and maybe those are the movements he's being used to, but I think he should really work to change onto that on several occasions, because we need a lot out of that. So that is Casemiro for you, and I think he deserves a 7.5 out of 10. Alongside his partner in crime, John Evans. Obviously, John Evans was really good in that game of football and is a press resistant player. At 36, he's still representing for the club of Manchester United and is doing the needful. As John Evans, he gets a 7 out of 10 for me for his work well done into the central defense. We go to the midfield. We started off with the man known as Sofyan Amrabat. Guys, he really put in a very good shift into that beautiful game of football. And this was his game by numbers. Sometimes when Statement Dave gives me the game by numbers, I don't have all what it takes to obviously go through and explain what he did, because it is well summarized in here. 100% final third pass accuracy, 93% passing accuracy, 40 passes completed, 3 clearances, 2 long balls completed, 1 tackle won, 1 key pass. That is it. And you remember that incredible recovery tackle and block on Ishak that kept us in the game when it was still 1-1. No sooner had we returned from the second half, right? So Amrabat, he gets an 8 out of 10 for me. 8 out of 10 for me. That's what I'm giving Sofyan Amrabat. He put in a very good show onto the night, and 2 games consecutively, he's the man who is really doing it great. And he said he's not yet at the levels where he should be. That is Sofyan Amrabat for you. We go to Kobbie Mainoo, a man that played in the central midfield alongside Sofyan Amrabat. He had 21 passes completed, 10 out of 13 final passes completed, 3 interceptions, 2 out of 3 tackles won, 2 dribbles, 1 block, 1 shot, 1 goal in there for you. That is Kobbie Mainoo for you. And he showed you what composure means in that game when he really got that chance to obviously score. He was so much composed and he took that ball as if there was no pressure piled onto him. 8 out of 10 for me also. Kobbie Mainoo, a youngster in making, and he's really showing us why he obviously is being given all what the hail is being given at him. The other player that played there, Scott McTominay, guys, I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10. That's it. 6.5 out of 10 for Scott McTominay. We go to Bruno Fernandes-Borges, a man who went ahead to put in a very good shift yesterday, and he had a lot to do in almost every goal that went ahead to really score. And this was his game by numbers from Statement Dave. 18 out of 25 final passes completed, final third passes completed, 8 crosses, 5 chances created, 2 out of 3 tackles won, 2 shots, 1 big chance created, and 1 assist. That is coming in through from the Portuguese, a magnifico. That is Bruno Fernandes-Borges. That is it. Bruno Fernandes-Borges came out and really put in a shift. That is Bruno for you. So when you look at everything and how it's really turning out to be in there for Bruno Fernandes, it's really very important to note that he takes an 8 out of 10 for me, because giving him an 8.5 for Bruno Fernandes-Borges. He put up a show at Old Trafford. We go to Alejandro Garnacho, selfish a little bit, and he gets a 7 out of 10 for me. One thing I like about him is that he keeps running, he tracks back, and he shows his hunger to obviously live on and really create more memories and blessings for him into that game of football. We go to Amad Diallo, another man who really went ahead to show up and really put in a very beautiful shift into that beautiful game of football. And this was Amad Diallo's game by numbers. 22 passes completed, 5 duels won, 4 shots. He had the most shots on the field of play, 2 out of 3 dribbles completed, 2 chances created, 1 assist, and 1 goal. That was Amad Diallo for you. And he gets for me a 9 out of 10 because he put up a show. Who haven't I talked about in the starting 11? I think that was the starting 11 for Man United. We got the subs, Lisandro Martinez, 7 out of 10 for me. Came in through that composure, and obviously posted and said 2 more battles to go. That is Brighton and Man City. Talk about Marcus Rashford, lazy, 6 out of 10 for me. Rasmus Hojlund, you know, he had a goal into this beautiful game of football, and I tell you what, he scored his 9th goal of the Premier League season, and he took his tally to 15 this season. And 100% chance conversion, 4 touches, 1 shot, 1 goal, 0 passes completed. Clinical on the night. Rasmus Hojlund gets an 8 out of 10 because even when he really had, he had one big chance he created, by the way, though Marcus Rashford really went ahead not to really get that ball to tap it in the back of them because a player known as, was it Livramento, slid into that ball and it went into a corner. Eriksson came on. I gave him a 6.5 out of 10. And who else? I think those are the players that really had to play yesterday. And I tell you what, the manager, 8 out of 10 for me. And my man of the match is Amad Diallo. Feel free to go into the comment section and talk to me about who your man of the match is and what is your ratings per a player on the scale of 10. I sign out for now. See you later. Rock and David remains my name. We out.